we see some of the other numbers like current account, see how they fared. Because I don't know, I've been watching these numbers a long time. I don't think I've ever seen the trade deficit cut in half in 1 month.
Not bad. Right? Not bad.
Come on, guys.
A bit of a swear word within the crypto market, within traditional markets, within any markets, the word tariffs, guys. And he's won the US Court of Appeal that have reinstated Trump's tariffs. Now, think of the bigger picture, guys. We've got Trump's tariffs being put back in place. We've got China banning crypto. You've got big players like James Wynn being liquidated. You've got the market looking like this. Guys, Trump and Jerome have just had a meeting behind closed doors. Trump and Jerome apparently didn't talk about monetary policy. They didn't apparently talk about rate cuts. Guys, the only thing that's on both of their mind is monetary policy and rate cuts. They're trying to send a signal. That was a few days ago. And on the back of that, guess what? Tariffs are back. Guess what? Crypto's crashing. Guess what? Bitcoin's pulling back. Bitcoin is pulling back to 103,762. If this tariff, if this China ban, if all of this negative FUD, guys, was really going to create some downside in the market, the charts would not look like this. So are we just in a pullback? Is this going to come down further? How can we play this? We're going to look at the macro, guys, and we're going to dive straight in. I don't even think we've got the introductions out the way for anyone that's new to the channel. I'm Keith. This is Crypto Bullseye. This is 9,124 subscribers, and this is a big thank you from the bottom of my heart to you guys because the channel's growing fast. And on the road to 10,000, which I'm hoping to do within the next few weeks, we're going to have a 10,000 subscriber party because we've got some great friends here in the Discord group, which is completely free, by the way. We've got some great guys within the YouTube channel, and I want to have a party with you guys to push that 10,000 because it's not just my success, it's your guys' success as well. But we're here to talk about crypto today, guys. We're here to talk about tariffs today. We're here to talk about the China ban. Let's talk about that next. China did not ban crypto again. Please refer to this. So over the last 5 years, guys, I've probably heard about 10 times that China's banned crypto and China's unbanned crypto. China, when they say something or when there's news out in China, it has such a massive impact because they've got such a large population that it does create a rift in the market, whether it's true, whether it's not true. So there's no evidence to support a new ban on Bitcoin or cryptocurrency in China as of May 29th, 2025. A 2024 Shanghai ruling confirms personal ownership is legal, though trading, that's the key, and mining, that remains banned. So that hasn't changed, guys. Ownership's fine. Trading's banned. Mining's banned. So that was FUD. Next thing, James Wynn, round tripping, 100 million in a week makes me feel a lot better with my round trip this cycle. So Miles Deutscher, he hasn't lost 100 million. He's happy that he's not James Wynn and putting that kind of leverage on his trades, guys. It is all about being conservative. You can't put 40x on something. You can't put millions of pounds on something and expect whales not to come back and liquidate you. If that's what happened in the background, guys, we don't know. We don't know. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the macro. We're going to look at Bitcoin. How far has Bitcoin pulled back? Where is it likely to pull back? Because this is the big daddy. It's going to lead the way. It's going to teach us what's the likely move going forward into next week, guys, because next week's going to be the important one. That's when the surge liquidity is going to come in. We have a quiet weekend, and Bitcoin needs to hold key levels this weekend. First one's this, the 786. That's at 102,175. Now, you can see that this is a retracement from this previous high to this previous low. And you can see that we broke the 786. We held that as support. And now we're coming back to retest that. That's going to be an important thing, guys. And it coincides with a double top. When you get a double top, what do you get? You get a sell wall at a double top. So that's why you've got a pullback. We needed a pullback. Why did we need a pullback? Indicators overbought. Indicators overbought. What's happening now? Indicators oversold. What's happening now? We're coming back to the 786 support. So that's going to be the first line of defense. The next line of defense is going to be 97,985. And if we do come back to 97,985, that remains bullish, guys. It's still bullish. We're still putting in a higher low, a higher low. If we put in a higher low there, that's even more bullish. Once we take out this previous high, then you're in price discovery and moving on. So it is about getting this confidence in the market, guys. We need to wait to see if Bitcoin holds the 786. We need to wait to see if it pulls back further down to this here, which is a 38.2% retracement of this swing here, from the bottom of this swing to the top of this swing. So we've got a couple of areas to fall back on as far as support's concerned. Ethereum next. Why are we looking at Ethereum? Because we need Ethereum to start outperforming Bitcoin. And Ethereum was in this pennant. This is a bull pennant, guys. You can see there's the flagpole. This is the pennant. This is where the bulls and the bears are fighting. This is where the bulls are coiling up, trying to regain momentum, because this would be overbought here. Look, overbought here during this point. During this point, the bears are trying to push through and the bulls are coiling and coiling and coiling. Remember, like a spring, to give themselves enough momentum for this to come oversold, them to stay in this pattern and push higher. You can see that we've just slightly dropped out of that. So over the next couple of days, guys, see if Ethereum breaks through back into this wedge pattern. If it breaks the high, then a continuation to the upside will give that confidence in alts. You start seeing Bitcoin dominance dropping down, because the aim of the game, guys, is when Ethereum starts outperforming Bitcoin. We'll just take a look at that now. This is the ETH Bitcoin chart. You can see we've got upside pressure, upside pressure, upside pressure. We're coming back up. And this is where we need to break. We need to break 0.02611 Satoshis before we really start flying and Ethereum really starts moving against Bitcoin. So the dominance, guys, this is the main thing, is the dominance. You can see that we're putting another spike to the upside, which is a little bit concerning. The main thing is we don't put a lower high in here. We don't put a higher high in here, guys. We put in a lower high. This is the main thing. We need to maintain this lower high structure, and that's important. And if Ethereum does break out to the upside this way, that's what we're waiting for, guys. We need to break out to the upside. That will create the dominance to come down. That will create Ethereum BTC to push up. That will create total 3 to start regaining some momentum, because this is the next thing that we need to talk about. Total 3. Why is it important? Because we've got a higher low here sat at 784 billion. If we break this structure to the downside, if we come back down here, if we lose this momentum support, and if we take out that higher low, that's a signal of a trend reversal. So that's when I'm going to start worrying, guys. We've got a buy zone here as far as total 3 is concerned. This is your area. Why? This is your kill zone. That's your previous higher high. That's your previous higher low. Once this comes down here and closes below there, guys, that's invalidated. That is a trend reversal. That is you taking out the higher low. So the dollar, is the dollar getting stronger? Is the dollar getting weaker? This is the dominance of USDT. It's having a bit of a breakout. Main thing is that we put a lower high in here. We reject this resistance level, which is sat at 4.88%, and then we continue this move to the downside. That's an important thing, guys. The dollar's regained a little bit of strength. That's just a pullback. We need to lose this resistance point. We need to make a move to the downside. That is going to signal altcoins start moving to the upside. Dollar goes to the downside. Bitcoin dominance goes to the downside. Altcoins go to the upside. Then the DXY, guys, this is outside of crypto, but this is the strength of the dollar. You can see we've had that nasty spike to the downside. We're getting rejected. This thing's looking weak. We've got a support base here at 98.91. Once we drop this, guys, we've got a big drop to the downside, and this is what I'm excited about. Just zoom out onto the weekly. You can see how far we've got to drop to the downside, guys. There is some big things that happen within these moves here. There's big things that happen within these moves and big things that happen within these moves. This move hasn't happened yet, and that's what we're waiting for. So last thing, guys, Jasmy. Everyone's asking me about Jasmy. When is this going to be invalidated? Let's just zoom in and have a look. When's this move going to be invalidated, guys? We have got an invalidation point. If I just jump back into the daily, the invalidation point is 0.01436. Why? Why is that? We're pretty much there now. This was the higher low. Once you take out the higher low, guys, that is a break of structure. Then you've got to expect that to act as resistance and a move to the downside. So we're going to be monitoring Jasmy Coin over the next couple of days, guys. It is at an important level. It's at a critical level. It's still maintaining a higher low structure. It is still in trend. The trend's still intact. The trend's your friend till the bend at the end. So I'm not going to say anything on that. We have got further support zones down here at 0.01316. I'm not going to give any projections because it's important that we monitor this move, find out what Bitcoin's doing, find out what Ethereum's doing, find out what's going on with the news, find out how that impacts fear and greed, get some more confidence in the market, and then we can start pumping coins like Jasmy Coin and the rest of our altcoin bags. Let me know in the comments if you did find it useful. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. I'll bring you more regular updates, guys. And it is me coming out on a Saturday, coming out early on a Saturday. I've set my alarm. I've looked at the charts. I'm bringing this to you guys. So I don't get paid for it, guys. The least you could do is subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Thank you for that, and I will see you guys in the next one.